Jayden Daniels has a little bit to play for. He can still potentially win the Heisman, although I don't think he's going to. But man, Jayden Daniels is him, man. Another fantastic game. 4 touchdowns, and then he rushed for another 120 yards. I mean, look, this is just tragic because if LSU had one more win on the resume, I think it'd be far and away Jayden Daniels' Heisman to win. But Heisman also goes to the team that has enough support of a supporting cast and wins. So it's going to be Bo Nix or Penix. And I think whoever wins that conference championship game this week, I think that's going to be your Heisman winner.
I am inclined to agree. I think Jayden Daniels should win the Heisman. That's just my opinion. I mean, Bo Nix has been phenomenal.
I think so too.
Let me to anyone out there that doesn't agree with us about Jayden Daniels and thinks maybe Nix or somebody else should win the Heisman. Let me ask you this, Sam.
Put the stats up head to head right now. We're putting it on the screen right now. Put the head to head stats up. And you tell me that Jayden Daniels doesn't deserve to win the Heisman.
Yes, but let me frame it to you this way. If you were to put Jayden Daniels on Oregon this year, right? Replace Bo Nix with Jayden Daniels.
They'd be filthy.
If you were to replace Jayden Daniels with Bo Nix, if you were to put Bo Nix on this LSU team, how good is LSU this year?
They'd still be good, but they're not going to. But Oregon would be much better if they had Jayden Daniels.
So, i.e., Jayden Daniels is a better player than Bo Nix.
Exactly.
See, that should answer the question right there, but somehow people disagree with that.
But the thing is, the Heisman's a media award, man. No, like your typical college football purist isn't the one voting on the Heisman. It's always the dude who writes for the Daily Fart, who just looks at the scores and doesn't really. There's like, oh, like for instance, they probably looked at the Utah-Colorado game last week and went, oh, Utah barely beat Colorado. Utah sucks. Little they know, Utah had a 4th-string quarterback in. But your AP voters aren't going to know that. No one else is going to know that. And these are the same people that get a vote for the Heisman.
And there's like 700 people that have credentials to vote for the Heisman. You know that?
And that's ridiculous. I feel like you should have to pass some kind of competency exam or something to know what the hell you're talking about when it comes to college football to be able to vote for the Heisman. Not just be a media member. Like, you should have to pass some kind of competency just to show you're not an idiot. Because I think a good proportion of your AP, yeah, exactly. Like a good proportion of your AP voters, a good proportion of your Heisman voters, a good proportion of your award finalist voters are all idiots.
But if you were to actually ask them in detail, in-depth questions every week about what's going on in college football, and basically, if they were to put them on the spot and do what we do, and be able to have the knowledge that we do and answer the same questions, have the same opinions, would most of them be able to have that? I don't think they would. I don't think they have the same breadth and depth of knowledge as.
I don't think you have to follow the whole sport, not just a conference. I think most people that have a vote, they follow maybe one conference, or they follow maybe 2 or 3 teams. Those are the people who constantly will say, oh, well, this conference sucks. You don't watch that conference, buddy. So how can you say it sucks?
Yeah, I mean, the same guy that said Iowa would be favored to win the Big 12 next year is the same guy that also has a Heisman vote. So that just shows you